Let's say you've got an app that in theory makes people feel better.
Yeah.
You don't really believe that.
Yeah.
But you've spent a lot of money getting it made, and particularly on branding and advertising.
Yeah.
And so you are like, oh, we need someone who is viewed as authentic to look at our app that makes people feel better, try it out.
Yeah. And then crucially not lie to their viewers, like be authentic.
Well, they wouldn't, because they wouldn't lie, because they are an authentic person.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah?
And
well. Everybody drink, because you need water or you're not an authentic person. Authentic people need water.
Need to be hydrated,
yeah.
Because we're what, 90% water, something like that. What are we? Or is that the Earth? I can't remember.
I think we are as well.
Are we?
No, we're
70%?
No, men are 60 and women are about 48.
48%
Why
water?
are women so much
Is that
less?
true?
Yeah, it is. Yeah, that's why women get drunk quicker, because they've got less water to absorb the alcohol. Yeah. Even though they try so hard to keep up, it's laughable. So I am interested, because I'm always researching ways as to why arrogant people will not watch this channel. And apparently one of the things that they're looking for, this is becoming important.
Are you being told that in the algorithm? They're getting back to you and being like, no one arrogant is watching. Have we had to tick a box somewhere to say whether you're arrogant or not? Are they working out if you're arrogant based on
what you're watching?
I think that's my opinion, is that they are arrogant because they choose not to watch this.
Yeah.
Because that's the kind of thing an arrogant person would do.
Oh, so you've labelled them as arrogant. The report hasn't come in and be like, sorry mate, no arrogant people this month.
No, but I think I'm pretty much on the money, because that's how people basically see my thumbnails and arrogantly going, no thank you. Yeah, that's the kind of thing. No thank you, not being authentic enough, right?
And that you think that's the main thing, authenticity.
Well, I think they've got me all wrong, because I think I'm deeply authentic.
Yeah.
And apparently, if you're looking to make money from this venture, which I'm not really.
Which, if anything, that does prove that.
Yeah.
Like the low views does, to me, mean authenticity, because once you start getting the high views, you're saying anything.
You will say whatever it takes.
To get more.
Get that money and get those sponsors happy. And apparently the sponsors as well, very important to them, whoever they are, if they're selling usually some form of app to make people feel better. Let's say you've got an app that in theory makes people feel better.
Yeah.
You don't really believe that.
Yeah.
But you've spent a lot of money getting it made, and particularly on branding and advertising. And so you are like, oh, we need someone who is viewed as authentic to look at our app that makes people feel better, try it out.
Yeah. And then crucially not lie to their viewers, like be authentic.
Well, they wouldn't, because they wouldn't lie, because they are an authentic person.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
well, yeah. So what is the threshold of authenticity there?
It's like a graph, isn't it? There's a graph of like money to authenticity, and like the more the money's going up and the authenticity is just plummeting.
Yeah, yeah. Now, one way around that, and this is really out of the box, is the people who make the app that make you feel better, that the app actually does make you feel better. Right, they have actually made an app that does make people feel better. This is a bit pie in the sky, I'll admit, but go with me. So what's it called?
Headspace. There's one that's that meditation app.
Oh, and that makes you feel better.
You're going to have to censor that. Are you allowed to mention them? You're allowed to mention them, right?
Well, I think if we're positive about it,
it would be authentic.
It would be authentic. That's an authentic app. I don't really want to get into the weeds of talking about that specifically. So this is another app, right? That makes people feel better. It actually makes people feel better. It actually does. They've cracked it. They've found a way to make people feel better. Now, then you could take that to anybody, apart from maybe a really inauthentic person who just lies for the hell
Like
of
a
it.
politician or something.
Yeah,
Yeah.
don't take it to them. They'll just tax it. They'll go, oh,
Yeah.
this is good. How do we strangle this at birth?
Yeah.
How do we get the baby's neck like this, like that? Because
Yeah.
that's how politicians are whenever like you're building a business. They're like, oh, let's get more tax out of this. Let's not wait for it to mature and make way more money that we can get more tax out of it fairly. No, let's just kill it at birth, like that kind of thing. That's how politicians.
That's how they operate, isn't it?
Yeah, I suppose it's authentically horrendous. So you've made your app that it does actually make people feel better. Then, as long as you avoid politicians, people who review it will go, this is actually good. But that isn't the world that exists, because it's probably impossible to make an app that makes people feel better all the time, most of the time, some of the time. Yeah.
Because I think...
Yeah. So
There you go.
I was just going to say, and everyone has different needs, so to say it makes everyone feel better. I mean,
Yeah.
how is it
Yeah.
doing
How
that?
is that doing everything?
Exactly.
First of all, incredible.
Yeah.
I like the sound of the app, but is it possible?
Yeah, by telling me that it's doing everything, that's setting up
Immediately.
alarm bells
Yeah.
for me. That's sounding less authentic by going, it makes everyone happy.
Yeah.
I'm like, everyone?
And that's why, because their product doesn't really work, they need to find people to say, yes, it does, it's great, and fool enough people into getting the thing and at least subscribing for like maybe 3 months, at which point they pay off
the startup
the
fees.
bank.
Yeah.
They
Could just get really thick people to do it, I suppose, because maybe really authentic people are really thick.
Authenticity knows no IQ.
Yeah, it's not... Yeah.
You can be authentically, well, not just authentically thick, but you can be thick and authentic. Okay, you're probably more likely to be authentic because you couldn't formulate
That's what I was saying.
a really effective lie.
There's a lack of censorship going on there
Yeah.
with an obtuse, authentic person, isn't there? There's,
A gullibility, yeah. You see the app, you like it, that's it, you're done.
That did make me feel better.
Yeah, I feel decidedly better now.
And the people watching them would also be.
Thickos.
I mean, there's a threshold, but they'd be pretty thick.
Yeah.
So
Probably thicker.
So they would just go, yeah.
It goes like that, doesn't it? Or that. Yeah. Punch down.
And so they would go, oh, yeah, it was really good. And they go, oh, I'll buy that. Now, they should have less money because their stupidity, that stupidity should not be rewarded in a capitalist society. It's not a joke, it's serious. So that's one thing. But it's the monetization of authenticity. What is it? How do we create more of it and then attract it? Okay?
Yeah.
Any ideas?
Oh no, sorry, I thought you were saying that as a sort of
All right. So
hypothetical.
you let's say
Rhetorical.
you've got a YouTube channel
Yeah.
and it's just bleeding out cash. Let's just make it's just. I know it's like throwing it out there, but it's like you're inviting people round.
Worse than this one.
You're paying.
Not
them,
that this one isn't
about the
bleeding
same
it, but
as
it's like,
this one, maybe.
okay.
About the same. So like you're inviting people round, and then you're paying people thousands of pounds a month to do your social media managing.
Yeah.
And you've said to them,
Are you paying
"Hey,
them thousands?
let's get."
Are you?
Well, you've got to pay for their offices, haven't you? And the rent, even
So
though
they
half
can work
of
from
them,
home now. They were the first people that
They
got
are.
sent home.
That's the worst of it.
Are you paying their not their rent, but like
Well, in a way, indirectly.
oh
That's what the fee's about, right?
okay.
Because they go, hey, come to our office, and the time you visit them, just before you sign the contract,
Yeah.
they're all there then,
Yeah.
with their masks on, in early 2022,
Yeah.
right? They're like, because they're like dragged into work to impress the guy who's going to pay the rent
Yeah.
for the next few months, or as it turns out, next 15 months. And so they're all there, and they're all like, yes, sign up.
And you're like, well, this is weird because now I've also employed a load of people and I don't know what they look like.
Don't know
They
their
could be
faces.
being inauthentic with me
I
right
hate
now.
giving money to unattractive people as well. So, that was a real kind of,
Yeah.
But what if they've got a good skill set?
unattractive people? Yeah, but if it would have to be so much better than an attractive person, wouldn't it?
Would you rather take someone who's attractive who's incompetent?
No, I would say that if your competence level was between 1 and 10, you had an ugly person with a 10 competence level versus an attractive person with a 7, you take the attractive person.
Even if they're working from home.
Well, you see, that becomes a problem. That becomes a problem. Because when I went in to see everybody, even though half of them were wearing face masks, despite it being 2022, you know, they're like, oh, please.
So you're like, number one, I'm
money.
disappointed with you all anyway because you're being sheep and you're not thinking for yourselves. And number two, you can't work out whether they're attractive, and you've gone, well, this is a colossal disappointment.
Eyes are nice. Eyes are a nice kind of giveaway, aren't they?
But eyes by themselves,
don't know.
disconcerting, really. Eyes in isolation,
Yeah.
scary.
Wasn't great, and so the authenticity of paying these people, which I'm still doing, and I'm not unhappy, but.
But it is bleeding the channel dry, and you are sort of looking to branch
I
out.
I didn't really want to get into talking about myself. This is a hypothetical channel that is being bled white by social media, management companies, agents, people that they invite round.
But they will do that.
That's
just give them an inch, they'll take a mile. That is what they. But yeah, that's.
But is that authentic?
Well, they are being authentic.
They're being
authentic. That's what they want, isn't it?
So anything you want is authentic. I really want that thing. If you lied about the thing that you wanted,
then
that would be inauthentic.
Yeah.
But if you say, hey, I just want money, give me money.
And I don't think they've made any pretenses from the off, have they? They've said, this is the amount, we are going to bleed you dry, and you've gone, yeah, sure.
But they didn't say we want to bleed you dry. It was just kind of, just what happens.
Yeah, it's instantly.
Then that's inauthentic.
Yeah.
Do you think so? They're being inauthentic now because they... obviously they're like, well, we need
Cash
money.
cow.
We need money, sir.
What if you did a video where you sort of stormed their HQ and you spoke to them directly and you pulled them up for what they were doing for their.
But that would be a surprise.
Yeah, an authentic
and
surprise.
So they wouldn't be there. Because they'd all be working from home. So when they know I'm coming, they show up.
Okay.
So they go.
Do you know where they live?
You got to have some addresses.
Thing. I don't really know.
That's probably a different territory.
I don't really know where they live at all.